Hey everybody, I'm back, finally, on YouTube, making a video. It's been several weeks. I was having a little bit of a break playing some Underlords, which was fun, but I'm back, and I should be playing a lot of Gwent, this coming month in August. And of course in September, there is the Challenger happening, so that's pretty cool. And we just got a patch today, in fact, which changed a huge amount of cards, I think 250 something, as well as kind of revamping Northern Realms as a faction as a whole, which honestly has been a lot of fun, has given me a lot of fun experimenting with Northern Realms so far, and I'm really excited to look at the other factions as well. But for you today, I do have a Foltest deck. He probably got buffed the most out of almost any leader. I haven't checked all of them, but I think he's probably gained the most from this patch. He now is boosting by 2 instead of 1, as well as giving that Zeal. So a 6-point leader, which also gives you a ton of synergy with a lot of cards you can play, such as Selkirk, other Zeal important targets, commandos, and maybe some damaging things like battering rams have been changed, Aedirnian Mauler as well, and all that good stuff. But just a good value leader, which also now, on top of giving Zeal, gives you points. So that's really nice. I think he'll be one of the stronger Northern Realms leaders, most likely, if not the strongest. And this deck was doing really well. I mean, I did drop out of Pro Ladder because I didn't play too much last month, but it's been winning every game so far, so that's good news. But really the idea of the deck is to abuse Draug, which still is a very good card. Of course, Gimpy got nerfed, which made Draug even stronger, and it was pretty strong in the last patch. So now with all the buffs to Northern Realms cards and changes to some of them, then it should be really, really powerful, with only stuff like probably Nilfgaard, really, maybe a bit of Scoia'tael being able to shut it down consistently with locks and removal and stuff like that. But yeah, you want to be doing Draug things. Roach Merciless got changed, so he now actually is able to pull out a blue stripe. He spawns one, so you get an extra blue stripe in your graveyard or deck or whatever you want to, however you want to describe it. That makes Pavetta even more kind of useful as a sort of combo or power play that you can do with Foltest, along with the Commandos and Blue Stripe Scouts. So really, in an earlier round, you want to either play Merciless or a Commando. You want to put the guys in the deck with Scout. You then want to Pavetta them back in and do the same, either playing one from hand or playing one with Roach Merciless in round 3 to really pull out all your guys, give them the Revenant tag or whatever, turn them into Revenants with Draug, and just go crazy. They're worth a ton of points, and of course you can give Zeal to them to make sure they come out, so you're not really at risk of them being removed. But really that's the whole combo. You then have Battering Rams, which actually were really working very well with this, because you're able to spawn a lot of soldiers, and Revenants are also soldiers, so you can very easily get Zeal on the Rams. They're a nice 7 for 5 card, very cool. We also have a bunch of other humans in the Bronze Core, as well as a bit of Tridem synergy, along with Kira, and the bronzes there that boost for some nice value there. And really that's just so that you can get more Revenants, and they're, not bad cards. A lot of these got buffed by, a point or a provision, pretty much all of them in fact. Aedirnian Maul is also really nice as a little bit of removal, which helps you set up your other removal tools. We do have that Roach Merciless, which needs kind of to be activated by getting something to 2 strength, so this guy really helps with that. Also, Fallible wants to hit a 3 strength unit, so then a 2 strength, so you can set stuff up with the Mauler there as well. I think Fallible's really, really good. He's usually like a 12 for 11 at least, and very, very worst case 10 for 11, which isn't bad at all when you consider that it's also dealing damage, which not many cards are able to do. But that being said, we do have a lot of damage in this deck. Prince, Selkirk and whatnot allows you to remove a lot of stuff. Vandergrift's kind of cool as a bit of a carryover play. You can throw him down on the Dry Pass in round 2 potentially. And Ronvid as well, a little bit of carryover there. Some soldiers for your Ram and for your Revenants and whatnot. All in all, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck, and it seems really, really strong, but we'll see if Foltest remains sort of the dominant deck. It does seem very good, but maybe there'll be some things that rise up to counter it or deal with it. Bloody Baron as well as a card is just insanely good. It's like a Peter, but jacked up crazy, like really, really strong. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe Northern Realms will get some nerfs or tweaks, because it does seem very, very good, but I don't know. It's feeling fun to play, and that's what matters, I suppose. So let's jump into a game or two and see how it does play. Alright, going to be a Foltest mirror to start things off. I'll be seeing a few of these on the ladder in the coming days. Alright, so we're on Blue Coin. You want to have a few cards that we can just get rid of, right? So, maybe the Tridem plus a few bronzes is giving us that option. We could maybe get rid of a ram or, you know, one of these boosting guys. Maybe the sergeant isn't that amazing. Draug for later on is nice. I think we can probably get rid of ram. It's not a bad card at all, and it's probably better than Mauler, but Mauler can maybe help us set up damage, or we can just get rid of it. Ram we'd like to have for later on, potentially, and we'll get rid of a Mauler. We don't really need, you know, 2 of those in the opening hand. Okay, we don't actually have any commandos, which is a bit of a problem, potentially, but we'll roll with it. Probably just want to start off with the Mauler and use that guy to, you know, maybe kill something. Or, you know, probably not going to happen, but maybe can set up some damage or play or whatever. Botchling's a bit awkward. We don't really have, you know, a lot of the stuff to deal with that in hand right now, like Fallible or, I mean, I guess Fallible wouldn't be that good here. So maybe we just want to go with a Tridem and maybe Tridem Kira this round or something to try to secure it. Doesn't sound too bad. Let's go for that. We could also probably boost this. It's very unlikely to have tool removal. Then again, you know, damaging the botching doesn't really do anything, so yeah, we can probably wait on it. I mean, it might die to Prince now, which would be a little bit unfortunate. And then we're going to be going down the road of maybe losing on even, but it looks like we're safe for now. So I think we just want to get that Kira online earlier rather than later. And then I suppose we'll just maybe boost Tridem, or boost the infantry up. Can maybe also shoot with the Mauler. I think I want to do that so that we're just safe from removal a little bit more, because, you know, this is a pretty juicy target now to kill with all the vitality on it. We're very far ahead, and that gives us the opportunity to maybe take a pass here. We'd quite like to play Ronvid though, because he is effectively carryover, so I think we go for that. Vandergrift, we want to play in round 2 basically. Yeah, let's go for the Ronvid now. And then we'll think about passing. No commandos this round, but it looks like they aren't playing them either, so not really missing out too much. Okay, maybe even play Enchantress on the Tridem to get some, you know, continued value, but it looks like they're going to take the pass. And so we can play Vandergrift in the round 2 and then also pass ourselves probably. Maybe we go for playing the commandos out since we have Pavetta in hand. If we draw Commando and Roach Merciless, we could try that. Enchantress now, not very good. No infantry in hand, no Tridem. And kind of tricky as to what to mulligan here. Maybe a Ram. We do want the Scouts. We want to find a Commando if possible right now. We don't get it. So what that means is really we're going to not really use Pavetta. We're probably just going to play the Roach in round 3. And try to get our boys out that way. We have Draug and we have all the humans, so that's kind of the parts of the puzzle there. We can play Vandergrift, I think, as an opener. And then probably just get out the round and get the extra mulligan and use that. This might get killed or stolen, and if they have muzzle, it'd be pretty scary, but I haven't seen any muzzles really yet being played, so we should be safe from that. We'll see. We will find out. There's actually going to be a Revenant come down. So I mean, this does mean, you know, we could push them a little bit with Prince, for example, or even with more than that. It's kind of a shame I don't have the commandos, because then we could pull all the commandos out, put them in the deck, and then roach them later in round 3, for example. That would be pretty cool, but question is it worth playing on here? Probably not. Prince Ansei is a pretty good tool for later. We've got the carryover. They might be able to kill this, but to be honest, they're probably using a pretty good card if they're going to do that, I would imagine. Such as Selkirk. So kind of an okay trade, you know. Ooh, using a Foltest charge as well. What does that mean? Probably their hand is very good if they don't want to play another card. It's probably a good thing we didn't commit Prince there. We could have played another kind of trashy card, but it wouldn't have done much, I don't imagine. So, what do we want to get rid of here? Probably the Sergeant. Not very good. Double Enchantress is okay. It's not too bad. The Pavetta's not amazing. So probably get rid of that. Don't really see the point of this one. We could get rid of Enchantress, I guess. Yeah, I kind of don't like them. I mean, even though they're kind of technically a 6 and then an 8, it doesn't seem that useful. Because they're kind of going to make our sequencing a bit awkward. And we also deny our own vitality value from Draug, so it's a bit anti-synergistic. Or we can probably start with the Mauler. If they kill this, do we mind? Not really, right? Not the end of the world.
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirched.
Has to go on melee, of course. Melee locked. But they have removed reach, so that does mean Kedwenny, the Kedwenny boys that spawn don't have to worry about their placement. They can go on either row now. Used to have to put them on front row most of the time, but you don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm not sure how I feel about reach getting removed. It's probably not a terrible thing. It's kind of a confusing and weird mechanic sometimes, but yeah, who knows. But okay, cavalry, that's a very good target for us to just clean up here with the Merciless, I think. And we can also, of course, pull out our commandos, and this gives us 2 commandos. This is just very good. Like, it reliably will now allow us to get the value from our blue stripe scouts, and then translate that into then Draug value. So you can kind of see how the deck idea is working. Of course, if you're able to do it twice, then you're able to win a round earlier very easily and later very easily. So that's something you can do. Obviously, he's going to try to do the same thing. We can actually shut this down ourselves potentially if we want to, with playing, you know, maybe an Antsays here and then maybe a Selkirk afterwards to kind of kill the commandos before they get copied with Scout, and I think I want to do that. The question is, will there be other things we need to remove? Well, they have played Botchling already. There might be other engines, but realistically we should probably do this because it's going to shut down, effectively it's going to shut down Revenants before they even spawn, by denying this a little bit. We'll see. Maybe if they don't, you know, if they don't, we might be giving them like Pavetta value or something, which is kind of weird, I guess. But and I guess we only gain, yeah, we only gain a little bit here. Maybe it's not even worth it. That might have been a bad idea in reality. The other thing is, yeah, it's kind of hard to actually set up the fallible value as well. Now, maybe that was wrong because like we lose some points here. It's probably just safer not to do that. Oh well, whatever. Lesson learned. Not the end of the world. We could just do the same thing and hopefully we'll have a bit more value from the Ronvid and from the, you know, all the other stuff. Yeah, I mean, it looks like we gave them a bit of Pavetta value, although, what, they're not gonna pull it immediately, so I guess maybe we should Selkirk this now. Now it seems like it's worthwhile, right? Yeah, it seems very worth it. Interesting, not sure why they didn't pull it out. Seems like a bit of a mistake.
I've had battles go awry, but this topples them all.
Unless I'm missing something, but... Aha! Reinforcement? Okay. I mean... Interesting. I don't know, maybe they can find another one of these through something. I'm not sure exactly what. My mind is not the sharpest, but I guess it's possible, right? So, what do we want to do now? Realistically, probably just another scout. I have so many blue boys. And then we can probably Draug next turn, actually. Yeah, he gets the Draug off. Our Draug is worth a bit more. He does get it off first, which is a bit of a problem, I suppose. But we have more Revenants by quite a large amount, so I think we should be okay. We're 15 points up as well right now. So we have more, in theory, engine value. He can, you know, pick off a couple of our guys here with his own Revenants. But we're going to be able to do the same when our turn comes around. So I think we should be probably okay here. Kind of just able to get a bit more value. You know, he's playing some Doppler, not really very useful here. And stuff like reinforcements as well, not really doing much. Okay, Sabrina's very good. It's going to allow him to clean up, you know, a couple more Revenants as well. It's a card you could think about playing in this deck, I suppose. Probably would be quite good. Yeah, maybe worth a go. So yeah, I mean, we lost quite a few Revenants here. Our Fallible is going to be really juicy though. It's going to allow us to kill a Revenant and set up a kill on one. Looks like he's not going for the Zeal on these, so let's play Fallible now. Kill one of these, kill the next one. And we'll just start killing, yeah, killing everything really. Of course, use our lower strength guys first. So we could get another kill. We could also just wait on it. Maybe they play a unit that's lower strength, I suppose. Doesn't seem too bad. He won't be able to kill 2 of these in one go. Kind of impossible, so... I guess technically we maybe lose a point from not using them all immediately, but... I think it's probably fine. Nah, we don't even. I don't think. Maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, whatever, let's play Ram now, I guess. And we can just, yeah, we may as well pick one off, I suppose. Pick one of these guys off. And, you know, we're only going to be able to deal, like, 3-4 damage next turn with our Revenants, but I think we're far enough ahead that this should be a win, right? Although, Hogfist, okay, that's a very scary one. Damn. Damn. Making it a very close game, actually. Again, Hogfist is a card you could think about. The problem is there's so many damn good cards for this faction, though, that you really want to play. But definitely some long round focus could be a good idea to throw in the deck as well. Didn't really think about that, but we do end up winning, nevertheless, so that's pretty nice. Let's jump into another game and see if we can do it again. And another Northern Realms opponent. Not too surprised, but going to be a Meave. See how we do here. Meave has some pretty cool tools. There's stuff like Dun Banner, which is now a new thinning option for her. Could be pretty cool. But we're blue coin again, so, you know, Trident might be good, but we don't really have any tools that work with it, so I'm going to get rid of it here. Double Mauler, not really needed, and Enchantress, not very useful. We do have Commando, but not really anything to go with it. No Scouts, so that's a bit of a downer. We can probably just open up with Ronvid, I suppose. I'm going to go in the back row, because he's a soldier for the battering ram, of course. We could think about playing commandos this round and just shuffling them, but it's kind of a waste. We'd rather do that in round 2 and then maybe shuffle them back in round 3 with Pavetta plus the Roach. If we could do that, that would be ideal, but, you know, might not be possible. Okay, that's a pretty scary engine off the bat. Just a King of Beggars. There's a couple of ways we can deal with it. I suppose probably Prince plus Tactical Advantage is the easiest way. It feels pretty decent. I don't want to let them get too much carryover in hand. It's pretty dangerous, right? You're committing a pretty good card there, but what can you do? So next, we'll see what we want to go with. Maybe a Mauler. Could be okay. We're pretty okay playing Kira this round because she has anti-synergy with Draug, so, you know, using her to really secure round 1 is not a bad idea. Let's play the Mauler, and then maybe her, and then pass. We'd like to win the round because Meave probably has more engines than us, or a more powerful long round in theory. So if we could kind of deny that, would be nice. I think. Alright, Kira time. Just good value, to be honest. Like, realistically, this is a 15 for 10, which is a little bit crazy, you could say. But, yeah. Maybe won't get all the value from the Vitality, but, you know, even if it gets a small amount, it's already a 9 for 10. Kira's pretty damn crazy. I think you kind of have to run this card. Similar story with Bloody Baron. He seems very, very good. Very flexible and, you know, able to get you a lot of points. The other thing is they nerfed Geralt and Ike, so it's harder to activate those guys. You need a 9 strength unit now, which is a bit more of a challenge. So we could pass here, but again, we'd prefer to win the round if we're going to want to do Blue Strike Commando shenanigans later on. So let's play a Ram. It's not really a great play, but, you know, maybe now they're feeling like a pass is possible from their side. Playing kind of really crappy cards here. And yeah, we're going to be able to take the win. Pretty happy about that. This will allow us to push, provided we get some, you know, decent tools to do that. Being the Blue Stripes Scouts. We kind of would really like the, what's he called? The Roach as well, if we're going to go down that route. Let's get rid of the Mauler. We don't have him right now, so it might be a bit of a risk to actually play the Commandos this round. Might be better to just go round 3 and do the Draug shenanigans and hopefully win from that. Let's go with the Vandergrift, as always, on that round 2. Pretty nice card, quite hard to deal with, unless they have some kind of seize mechanic. So that's pretty nice. And we'll see where we go. Want to go from there.
Alert to
Done.
arms!
Banner going to come out the deck. So, you know, pulling commandos is an option here. I don't think I mind it. It's a bit risky because, of course, if we don't draw into our Vernon Roach, then... Roach Merciless, I should say, then we're going to be in a bit of a spot of trouble, but I think I'm going to go for it, to be honest. Just feels kind of right.
For me, Bilberry's
Also, of
honor!
course, get Ronvid out as well, which is pretty neat. A little bit of extra value. We don't really want to go with this Drow because it'll, you know, get rid of the resilience on our Vandergriff, so we're not going to use that this round. We're probably not even going to play Botchling, but just, of course, get the commandos in there and out,
To the enemy!
and then hopefully we're drawing Roach. If not, then pretty unfortunate because then we're not going to be able to get as much of Draug value, but it's what it is. Hopefully we'll get a little bit fortunate in that department. I mean, we could think about playing this Botchling here. I don't necessarily mind it. The problem is we're actually a little bit threatened in terms of the points here, to be honest. In fact, they might even be getting ahead. They are. Damn. Okay. That's pretty scary. So I guess we're going to play Baron. Baron on the Tridem is just insanely good. The question is, are we safe to, you know, play it without its Zeal ability or what? I'm thinking maybe we should even Foltest it. But that might be a little bit crazy, I don't know. Most of the time they're not going to really be able to deal with this. It's unlikely to have a lock. 8 strength is impossible really to kill with damage. And it isn't vulnerable to Geralt anymore. So I'm going to play a bit risky here, but go for this. Hopefully it doesn't. We don't get punished with a lock or something. That would really, really suck. But even if they have a lock, we're going to be able to get the pass anyway. So it wouldn't be the end of the world. It would just be, you know, a bit of a shame. I want to get the bleeding on the Tridem. If possible, you know. If it's not possible, then whatever. So we're going to kind of go for this Pavetta Roach Draug round 3. I don't know if it'll work. It's probably going to be quite hard to pull off. We're going to need to draw the Roach, but if we can get that to happen, would be really nice. Okay, the infantry not on Baron means we just get so much value. We give it bleeding for 5 as well. And so I suppose we can play the... I mean, we could play Botchling, to be honest. Yeah, why not? It's just going to get us, you know, 7, 8 points here. Maybe we even play Enchantress. We can kind of do that if we need to or want to. We could even go all in and play Draug if we feel like we're not being respected enough in terms of the value the opponent is putting out. But it looks like a pass is, you know, not a terrible idea now. On the other hand, you know, Enchantress is a pretty bad card. It will represent a mulligan anyway. So I don't mind playing it here, I think. Alright. It definitely shouldn't be able to get ahead in 1 here, but... I mean, I suppose it would be possible. Okay, I think this is good. We've got basically a ton of the engine value from them. In theory, our short round is going to be better than theirs. We could even go with Draug now, but it's just not really going to be a good plan, I don't think. We'll just take the pass and, of course, let them catch up. We do have 5 carryover as well, which is really nice. Plus, it's a body for Draug. Plus, if we play a soldier, we get Ronvid out. So, bodies for Draug shouldn't be a huge problem. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a shame if we don't draw into good old Roach, but we should be fine without it, to be honest. And there's a bit of bleeding action. Alright. So I think bleeding here was very important. If we didn't bleed the Meave there, round 3 would probably just push us out. Too many engines and stuff. There is a Roach, that's really nice. We do kind of need to... we don't actually need to necessarily get the Death Wish ability. We can just use our double Foltest proc to do that. You know, let's maybe get rid of Tridem. I don't think it's too good. Fallible, very nice. Potentially use him to set up Roach. Okay. That's a bit scary, to be honest. Something is going to be immune. I'm a little bit worried, but let's Pavetta right now. Of course, set up the guys to come out, and then we'll probably play Fallible as our last play. You can use them to kind of get Revenant value, right? Okay, so Reynard, that's not really doing too much. Not the most scary thing. Let's go the Vitality, and then the Roach, and then Draug Fallible as the last play. That should be good. Should be, I think it should be good enough to win. We get a ton of points from the Merciless play. It's really strong. We'll do that now. And yeah, we can just basically, we still deal the damage, but we can gain zeal now and go crazy. This card feels really good to play. It's just very flexible and very strong, I think. I mean, look at that, 40 points to 16. It's not even close, and we have Drow coming out to kind of clear up the whole board as well. And a bunch of soldiers, so a bunch of humans rather. Selkirk's cool, but he ain't that cool. And yeah, I really do like this deck. It's very, it just works. Kind of all the pieces fit together. The theme, the power, the Draug, the humans and whatnot. Really, really good stuff. So hopefully that shows you how strong this one can be. And yeah, definitely a fun one to play. Lots of interesting sequencing decisions and pushing and whatnot. Northern Realms is feeling good right now. Question is whether the other factions are also, you know, up to that level, but I suppose I'll be finding that out in the coming days. But either way, hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Do remember to subscribe if you want videos, as always, and I'll hopefully see you in the coming days. Bye.